So to start, maybe we could just say a few words, just identify yourself, talk about what film you're with, and maybe the inspiration for the film.
Okay. I'm Dan. I wrote and directed Treasure Trouble. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. And the inspiration, I wanted to make like a nighttime movie, and I wanted to make a movie that like got really crazy at the end. So that's the inspiration essentially.
I'm Jerry. I wrote and directed Stanley's mom. For me, the inspiration was very much my own relationship with my mom. Just, how love can be selfish and selfless, and I really just wanted to take it to the extreme and see what happened.
So these were two comedies, and I know in comedy you have ideas in your head, you're like, yes, I think this is going to work. And then you have some stuff that you aren't sure that it's going to work, and then it ends up working out well. Are there some instances of the latter that you're surprised that ended up being effective about either of your films?
Yeah. The thing that always consistently gets a laugh is Seaton at the end, who plays Jordan, when he's interacting with the Russians on the beach. And I think a lot of stuff is funny in the movie, but that's one that like consistently gets an audible laugh. And it was improv.
For me, I would say the biggest thing going into the film was just the physical comedy of it and whether it would really show, kind of be expressed on camera. Before we started shooting, my producer host actually was dragging me around on the floor to see how it would feel like. And at the time it was actually pretty painful, but I was like, oh, should I ask my actors to do this? And then Hank, who's at the end, and Sean, the son, very graciously agreed to it, and they actually did an amazing job of, Hank, I think, spent a few hours on the floor, which I felt really bad about, but she really committed to the role, and it worked out.
We're going to kick it up to the audience in just a second to ask questions, but maybe you could share any challenges or complications you had in making the films.
I had to find two dogs, is Jordan here? Hi. Jordan's here. So Jordan's one of the dog owners. She owns Moose, the dog with the limp. That ended up being really hard. The other dog was my mom's dog, my parents' dog. My mom came down as an emergency from Vermont and stayed in a hotel so we could use the dog. That's.
How about shooting in Penn Station?
Surprisingly, we kept the crew small, so we just went into Penn Station. We just started shooting, and eventually a security guard came over and asked if we had a permit, and we just played dumb. I was like, oh no, we don't have a permit. Do we need a permit? I'm so sorry. And they said, okay, we'll just get one next time, and just left. So we continued shooting.
I guess for me, one of the most difficult things was, so the house we shot in is owned by this woman who is like a painter, and everything in that house belongs to her. And it's all like gorgeous furniture, like amazing paintings. And it's not like the biggest space to necessarily like shoot people being dragged around. So a lot of it was kind of figuring out a way to like not damage anything and to also like, make sure the house was still fine afterwards. And when we actually, it was the first time she had ever, interacted with any kind of film crew, so she did not realize what it entailed. And afterwards she said she would never do it again, but she was happy that she did it for me, so.
Okay, great. Maybe we could kick it to the audience to see if we have any questions for our filmmakers or cast and crew that are also available. Right there, hand raised.
Yes, Jerry. What elements of Stanley's mom were autobiographical for her?
So the question is to Jerry, what elements of Stanley's mom were autobiographical?
I would say the emotional part of it is pretty autobiographical. No, I would never had to physically drag my mom across any floors or run away from home.
Did she peel your grapes?
She-
Was there grape peeling in your movie?
No, actually, but you know, it's like things that moms do. You know, like they take care of you, and they'll sometimes do things that no one else will, and that's kind of where that inspiration came from. And you know, like you know, I love my mom, and she loves me, but sometimes it can get a little bit too much.